What's going on, everybody? It is DireGod003, and I wanted to put a little warning before the video starts that there's very long pauses in this video. There's parts where I just stop talking for no reason, and I don't have a good explanation. I'm gonna be honest, I just forgot to edit those parts out. I did not mean to keep those parts in there. I uh I just forgot to edit those parts out, and I'm so sorry about that, but enjoy your guys' night. What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to talk about fights that should happen after UFC 296. We're going to jump straight into it, starting off with Cody Garbrandt versus Jonathan Martinez. Now, Jonathan Martinez is on a 7-fight win streak. Um, he's currently on a 7-fight win streak. And he's finished 2 opponents out of those 7 fights, I believe. Yes, 5 by decision, 2 by knockout. And Cody Garbrandt is currently on a 2-fight win streak, I believe. And I know Cody Garbrandt called out Davison Figueiredo, but Cody Garbrandt has fought at such a high level for such a long time, and we've kind of seen the decline of that. And I think to build his way back up to championship status, he needs to fight people who are lower ranked. I say the highest ranking he should fight is number 10 all the way to 15, or even fight guys that are unranked. We saw his knockout last night, a beautiful knockout, big right hand. And for the first time, we've seen him get hit in a while, and he's ate that shot, and he was not knocked out. I was so happy to see him win, and I was so happy to see that his chin is still intact. But I think this will be an exciting matchup. Jonathan Martinez is a dark horse in the bantamweight division. You know, he beat Adrian Yanez. Really good fight. He was kicking his legs from under him for like a round or two, and it was such a great fight to watch. I mean, he was obliterating his kicks. But I think this would be an exciting matchup, number 1. And number 2, if Cody wins, you know, he starts getting back into the win column, the win category, even if he's not fighting high-level fighters. Me, myself, I'm a fan of Cody Garbrandt, and it sucks watching him fight the best, and he goes like, what was it, 2-5, or was it 1-5? He just was on a losing streak, like a big loss streak, and it was really sucky. But I think this is a winnable fight for him. I know his legs would get chewed up really badly, but I still think it'd be a good fight nonetheless. He can crack people with his boxing, and he's got good wrestling. If his legs give out, he just take him to the ground, and try to work the submission from there, or try to work some ground and pound to secure a round or two. But nonetheless, still would be a great fight. Moving on to Ryan Spann versus Alonzo Menifield. Now, I think this would be a great fight, honestly. They both can wrestle. They both can strike. Both have knockdown power and knockout power. Great fight. Both of these guys are really good strikers, and they're really good grappling. But I just think, honestly, it'd be an exciting matchup. I pair these two together because I think it'd be an exciting fight. Both of these guys would slug it out for 3 rounds. I mean, hey, you can make it like, if you want to give it like a fight night main event. I mean, I don't think they would deserve a fight night main event, but it'd be an interesting one to see how this would go for 5 rounds. Moving on to Josh Emmett versus Arnold Allen. Now, Josh Emmett currently, I think he's ranked in the top 10. I think he's number 7 or number 6. He's one of those two. But he's ranked up there, and he just knocked out Bryce Mitchell. Amazing knockout. It was really scary to see. Bryce Mitchell was not. He wasn't seizing. He was like convulsing. What's that word? Convulsing, I think. After he got knocked out, he was laying on the ground flat, and he started shaking, and it was really scary. I thought he died. I'm not gonna be honest. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. If I'm being honest, I'm not gonna lie. I legit thought Bryce Mitchell died. Like, bro was twitching. His whole body was just like shaking uncontrollably after he got knocked out. It looked really scary. But both great strikers, both really good grappling. Arnold Allen has like 5 submissions in his MMA career, I believe, whereas in his UFC career, it's one of those two. He has like 5 submissions. You know, he has good jiu-jitsu. He's good takedown defense. You know, Josh Emmett is short and stocky. He's got a good overhand. He can take people down. He's got good wrestling. I think would be a great fight. Honestly, it'd be an exciting fight night main event. I think if you do a fight night main event, I don't think this thing goes past round four. I would be surprised if it goes past round three because of Josh Emmett's knockout power and Arnold Allen's submission abilities. I mean, he's not the best submission artist, but he has good submission abilities. But I think Arnold Allen would just pick him apart on the feet from a range. I think he'd probably finish him in under 3 rounds, honestly. Moving on to Paddy Pimblett versus Drew Dober. Now this fight, I think this will be a great fight. Um, Paddy Pimblett just got a dominating win over Tony Ferguson round one with a 10-8. Sorry, excuse me, I got yawn. Rounds 2 and 3 were 10-9, if I believe so, on the scorecards. Now Paddy Pimblett, he called out Drew Dober before. Drew Dober has called out Paddy Pimblett. I would honestly take Drew Dober by decision. Paddy Pimblett's been hit by some hard punchers. He's not been knocked out, but Drew Dober hits harder than Jared Gordon. Drew Dober hits harder than what's that one guy he twerked on after he submitted him? Whatever his name is. Drew Dober would be the hardest challenger he's faced. He's got good wrestling and great boxing. I mean, look what he did to Bobby Green, and he knocked him out. I think this would be an amazing, exciting matchup, in my opinion. In my opinion, I really believe that Drew Dober would be the first guy to flatline Paddy Pimblett. I know Paddy's not going to accept that fight. I mean, if he does, it's an ego thing. You know, he's going to say, "Oh, he scouts us, mate. We don't get knocked out. Oh, fuck. How fucking knock this mate out? We scouts us. We don't lose, mate. We don't fucking lose. I'm the fucking double champ, mate. Titanium Shinbone." This is what Paddy Pimblett would say when he's calling him out. But Paddy Pimblett, his performance at UFC 296 wasn't that bad. I thought it was really good. He dropped Tony Ferguson in the first round. He almost finished him with the ground and pound. I thought Tony Ferguson was about to lose there for a second. It's sad that he's on a 7-fight win streak. But moving on, I think it would be an exciting matchup. Not only would it be exciting, I think it would sell like crazy because you got people who want to see Paddy Pimblett lose, and you got people who are huge fans of Drew Dober. You know, the Giga Chad, and you look at his chin. Look at that freaking chin. He's the Giga Chad. Moving on. Now, Shavkat Rakhmonov should fight. It's weird how you could do this because Shavkat just currently beat Wonder Boy. He's now 18-0 in his MMA career, and he's undefeated in the UFC. He's now, I believe he's in the top five. He's in the top four or top five. He's either number 4 or 5. Because number 3 is Colby. I believe number 2 was Bilal Muhammad. I could be wrong. But anyway, forget about that. Who should Shavkat Rakhmonov fight? Now this is gonna seem very confusing. But there's one of two ways this could go. Give him Bilal Muhammad, and then he fights for the title, or you give him a title fight. Like, honestly, those are the two options you have. He could either fight Leon for the belt, or he could fight Bilal Muhammad as a title eliminator. I don't see any other fight for him. Like, what other fight is there for him? You know, Usman just lost. You know, Usman's not gonna take that risky fight. I don't believe Usman would. Well, Usman already said he wouldn't because he's friends with Shavkat. Gilbert Burns said he won't fight Shavkat because he's friends with him. And Shavkat, I know Shavkat's not gonna take that fight. Gilbert Burns is already set to fight Jack Della Maddalena. So, what you should do for Shavkat, I think what you should honestly do is give him a title shot. I don't think he's more deserving than Belal. Belal deserves it more, but nobody wants to see that. Moving on to Alessandra Pantoja. Um, Amir Albazi is set to fight Brandon Moreno. I don't know the exact date, but Dana confirmed that's a title eliminator. Now, it sucks because Brandon Moreno, ever since the first Figgy fight, every single fight he's had has been for a title. And it's really unfair in my opinion. As a Brandon Moreno fan, it's nice to see him fight for a title, but I'm tired of it. You know, we got Amir Albazi, we got Kai Kara France. There's a there's that Russian guy. What is his name? Muhammad Makayev. You know, there's Tim Elliott. There's a lot of other fighters in the flyweight division I'd rather see fight for a title than Brandon Moreno. Look, he got the belt. You know, he beat Figgy twice. He became champion. You know, he went to war with Pantoja. He lost. It's like the UFC wants Brandon Moreno as champion so badly. They keep putting him in these title fights. Even after he lost to Figgy, he had an interim title bout against Kai Kara France, and he won by TKO round 2 or round 3. It was a lead roundhouse to the body that dropped Kai Kara France. Honestly, I am a huge fan of Moreno, but I hope Amir Albazi wins because I want to see Pantoja fight new competition. Because if Brandon Moreno wins, I could definitely see the UFC doing an immediate rematch, and then nobody wants to see that fight for a fifth time. You know, we want to get the division moving. I think Brandon Moreno needs to try his luck at bantamweight because he's a really good fighter. He's really good. He's very good. If he loses against Pantoja, I truly believe he should go up to bantamweight. But who should Pantoja fight? I believe Pantoja should fight Amir Albazi. But what the UFC is going to do is it's going to be Amir Albazi versus Brandon Moreno, and whoever wins that fight is going to fight Pantoja for the belt sometime by the end of next year. Which is going to be really disappointing because Brandon Moreno has had enough title shots. Moving on to Leon Edwards. Now, this is also a tricky situation like the Shavkat fight because, in my opinion, the matchup I really want to see is Shavkat versus Leon Edwards. But I think Belal Muhammad definitely deserves it more because he's on that. If it wasn't for that Leon Edwards fight, Belal Muhammad is on a 8-fight win streak, I believe. Is a 7-fight win streak, 8-fight win streak. He's on a huge win streak. You know, he beat what's his name, Vicente Luque. He beat Sean Brady, Stephen Thompson. All these great fighters he beat. And I would love to see him versus Leon because the first fight ended in an eye poke, and nobody wants a fight to end that way. You know, it just leaves a sour taste in everyone's mouth. And you know, Leon was looking good that first round. He rocked him with a head kick. And I know since that fight, Belal Muhammad has improved. He beat Gilbert Burns. And not only did he beat Gilbert Burns, he did it in a way that looked dominant. I'm not saying it wasn't dominant, but it looked pretty dominant. I haven't watched that fight back in a while. Um, but I think Leon Edwards, in my opinion, should fight Shavkat Rakhmonov. But there's also, I think, what the UFC should do is Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Belal Muhammad for a title eliminator fight. Put Shavkat Rakhmonov and Belal Muhammad, put them in a cage. You know, whoever wins gets to fight Leon. I think that's how it should go. And that's it for the video. Tell me down below who you think would win this matchup. You know, Shavkat versus Leon, Leon versus Belal versus Shavkat. You know, tell me who you think would win, and leave a comment down below. What you think would happen if Bilal Muhammad and Leon Edwards had a rematch. I would go Leon Edwards by decision. Enjoy your guys' night. Spread love, peace, and positivity, and I'm out.